I'll never get over not having skiing. I think I'll always miss the adrenaline, the challenge, especially when there's Olympics or World Championships. Those big high pressure moments are what I really love. Skiing down a mountain at 85 miles an hour, I think I'll always miss that. But I just transferred now my goal setting and what challenges I have. I've just changed that into business, and I've tried to find new ways to motivate myself. And so those challenges are still there. It's just not the same. It's not as much fun to be on a computer as it is to be skiing down a mountain.
Yeah, I hear that. You make it sound like it's been quite straightforward, but by 12, your parents were moving your whole family so that you could be somewhere to pursue your dream. People look at it and go, wow, and then you get there and you become this decorated skier. But behind all of that was a very different story that you explore in this book, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot going on that I didn't talk about or didn't feel comfortable talking about. I mean, I had depression for, almost 10 years before I even spoke about it to family members. So there was definitely a lot going on. And I think too, skiing was my way to escape everything. So in a lot of ways, I didn't want to talk about it because I just wanted to kind of compartmentalize everything, I think, as most people want to do. But as I found out, it's not the greatest long-term strategy because eventually you have to, face your demons. But it was a long journey, and I really wanted to tell my story, not in just in the hopes of really inspiring others to overcome their own adversities. I've been through a lot, everyone's been through a lot. Everyone has their own story, but I think we can all, keep pushing forward and just have to believe in yourself. And that's really what the book is about.
There were times when, you didn't know what bit of your body was broken, and at times whether or not you'd even walk again.
A lot of my depression in my career was instigated because of injury and, being in bed for an extended period of time, being on crutches for, months and, learning how to walk again and not knowing, what's going to happen. I think all of those things definitely contributed to, I think deeper levels of depression to some degree, especially after my second ACL surgery. I mean, I was out for 2 years. I missed the Olympics, and I think watching the Olympics on TV was such a hard thing to do. It really took a lot out of me, and so I think what drove me ultimately was getting back on the mountain, and that was the carrot that was always dangling in front of me. That's what kept driving me and got me out of my depressive funk when I really needed it. I really want to empower young girls and, help them understand how unique and beautiful they are and strong and, that they can achieve anything they set their mind to. And it really has nothing to do with skiing. It's just more, in life, whatever they choose, they can achieve it through hard work. But it is hard, as an athlete, having the double standard and there's always a looks comparison, and, there's the conversation, and there's always, the strong attributes that would be great for a man are not great for a woman. So I try to teach the kids that, they can be strong and they can be beautiful, and to just, be confident and believe in themselves.
What's the worst bit of double standards do you feel in sport?
Generally speaking, the biggest issue is when a woman's successful and, pretty, they only get things because they're pretty. And that conversation would never be had on the men's side. I think it's hilarious that people think that, and it's not everyone, don't get me wrong, but, there are people that think that, throughout my career, I've gotten sponsorships because I'm pretty. And I'm like, no, it's because I've won 82 World Cups. I think that in the Olympics, and, that's why I have sponsorships, because I win, not because, I look differently, that's just, and that frustrates me because it demeans my success as an athlete.
What is something we should know that you haven't told anybody else over the last few weeks?
What should you know? I don't know. I'm pretty much an open book. I'm pretty nerdy. I don't
Nerdy?
know. I would love any night to just be sitting at home watching Law and Order with some ice cream and my dogs. That's like, that's my idea of an amazing night.
The thing that you find weirdest about us Brits, I was interviewing one of the West Ham players last week, and he could not believe that we put milk in our tea. He said, I thought it was a fairy tale that didn't really happen until I saw it happen. He's from Czech Republic. So the weirdest thing about us.
I don't know about, like, it can't quite get behind the tea and the milk thing. But every time I go to Wimbledon and I have the strawberries and cream, that I can totally get behind anytime. That's a great combination that we don't have over here.
And just finding the place you love to be over here. When you get there, you go, oh yeah, this is what I love. What is it for you?
I mean, I'm a huge tennis fan. And so Wimbledon is, I think, one of my favorite places to go. It's so beautiful and peaceful and just so classic, it's such an amazing place. And I love going there. I used to go there all the time. And hopefully, after this COVID thing's over, I can get back to doing that.